Just gonna make sure that the chat is, there we go, perfect. Happy Friday everyone. So I'm going live today with some Hollywood waves, and I'm going to do a little tutorial for you all because this is definitely like the most requested tutorial. I do have a really quick version of Hollywood waves that is on my channel, and I did also do like the full Hollywood waves tutorial as well, but we had some editing issues with that. It just would not download because it was just too long of a video, so I think this would be the best way to do it. But doing Hollywood waves, everyone just kind of thinks, oh, it's just a wave, like there's so much that goes into it. So this is definitely going to be kind of a bit of a long video and a long live, but it's definitely worth it, and I'll have some amazing tips as I run through all of this with you. So yeah, let's go. So I know it's a Friday, probably some people are at work, but I did a little poll, and this kind of Friday mornings were the best. And to be honest, this is like perfect for me because I usually have Thursdays and Fridays that I do these, so it's perfect really for me. But yeah, anyone that wants to join, have a chat, please do. And yeah, I will start with this tutorial. So I've got my doll here, Louisa. She's just brilliant. I just give her like a really nice fresh blow dry yesterday because she's got so much product build up and things. Now I've just been doing all these styles on her. So yeah, I gave it a really nice blow dry because it is essential that you are working with like clean hair. You don't want to go in with kind of, if there's like loads of hairsprays or products or anything like that on someone's hair. So definitely make sure it is nice, clean, product-free hair, because you're going to be going in with lots of products when you're creating Hollywood waves. So you don't want to end up with like so much build up and then bringing all that in. So yeah, that's definitely a really good tip. And also, you really do need hair extensions. So to create Hollywood waves, I mean, even if you have like such long hair and it's, you know, relatively thick, like extensions just add like that texture, and they're just going to kind of expand the hair and bring it all together and like kind of melt into the hair. So definitely hair extensions are the way to go when you're doing Hollywood waves. But if you do have any questions, sorry, bear with me. But if you do have any questions, then I will keep my eyes out and go along with it and just talk you through as we go along. So it's International Women's Day today, so happy International Women's Day to all you wonderful women out there. I think it's worth us having a really nice day, don't you? Right, so it's kind of the best. Maybe if I move this light just slightly. Yeah, perfect. Let me know if you guys can see okay. So firstly, I'm going to go in with my hair extensions, and I'm just going to make sure these are all really placed nicely. The thing is, with hair extensions, you don't need to overload the hair. You really don't want to. I mean, it does obviously depend if you're adding like loads of length. That's kind of your aim with the extensions, but still you don't need to like overload the hair because you're just going to end up with too much hair and it's a lot more to work with than you need. So only use what you actually need. So yeah, we're going to go in with, so I'm just going to go in really and just fill in kind of all these bits, but also I do want to add extensions for a little bit of length. Hi guys, who have we got on? Let me know, would absolutely love to hear from you. So yeah, let's go in with some hair extensions. Does anyone use hair extensions, or are you a little bit like, oh, I don't like hair extensions? Because I definitely recommend hair extensions to literally all my brides. Because yeah, they just make them look so much better, because although obviously you've only got what God gives you with your hair, so if you can add some hair extensions, it does just make such a difference to the look, and you've got like so many more options. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going in with some back combing. So this is basically going to be the base that I can slide my hair extensions into, and that's what's going to hold them. So that's really important to make sure you're back combing your sections in there, because that's what's going to hold. Otherwise they can kind of have the potential to slip down. So yeah, definitely make sure you are back combing. So I'm just going to go in with my first piece here, and they do definitely add a little bit of length, especially if you're kind of working on the bottom and then working up. So go in and pop these in, so you can see like it's just held that so nicely that they just slid in there like super well. So yeah, so I'm doing like a vertical lie today. I haven't usually, but they say it's recommended because it will go onto the Shorts For You page. So yeah, but let's try that. So you can just see already like that's added like such nice length and just giving kind of a little bit more definition through the hair there. So when we are creating our curls, they're just gonna melt in all together. But yeah, like I said, Hollywood waves definitely are a very long process. Like you definitely need to make sure you're allowing like a lot of time in the morning. What I like to do is, because when I'm doing these I'm going to pin curl them, so it just allows them to like really cool, and also it's such a nice way to kind of prep the bride's hair before you do it, and then you can go in and then just kind of go and brush them out and kind of create the curls. So it's just such a nice way to be able to do that. But it is definitely, I would say, essential when you're creating Hollywood waves to pin them, because that indent and that curl pattern is what you want to create, so they're gonna just stay there for a while, which just really helps. So yeah, has anybody got any questions? I'm not too sure if anyone has asked a question. I'm a bit worried that the questions have like popped up and left. Please let me know, and I will really try and keep my eye on them. So yeah, let's go in with some more extensions. So you can see that I did actually use these last time when I created some Hollywood waves. They're still pretty much intact there. So you do really want to, when you're putting in hair extensions, is to really make sure that they are tight to the head and they're just sitting there really nicely. So when you're kind of doing that test, that they're not going to slip or slide, because the last thing you want is them slipping during the day or when you're creating these. I mean, you can create a version of these on yourself, but I definitely don't think you would be able to create this style on yourself, because I mean, if you curled your hair like in the same direction, you would then definitely be able to kind of create a version and just a nice kind of curl pattern. But yeah, this is definitely not something that you could, or I would say, be able to create on yourself. So yeah, we're just going through and applying our hair extensions. And just kind of, it's all very visual. You just want to see where they're going to sit and be placed, and where you're going to create your curls. And obviously, like where I'm adding length, you don't want to have like a big section of like shorter hair and then longer hair. That's just not a good look for anyone. So yeah, definitely make sure you are creating like a nice even layer throughout. So I'm going to go in with an even bigger piece there, I think. Perfect. What is everyone up to today? What is your Friday looking like? Let me know. I'm really worried that I can't see the comments because I'm not looking at the screen. Can someone write a comment and then let me know? That would be fab. Welcome. I don't know, sometimes it does do this. I can't still quite figure out these lives. I feel like they do just have a mind of their own. So I'm just working out my sections here, just taking that out of the way and bringing this together. So Hollywood waves are so popular. They really, really are so popular. It is like a specialist thing to be able to do. Like everyone, I think, can create like a version of Hollywood waves, but to actually be able to create Hollywood waves, like I have a lot of brides, when they want Hollywood waves, like they'll let me know first, and then they'll either ask for some like pictures of my work with Hollywood waves, because it's such like a particular and quite intricate style to be able to do, which some people find like crazy, and they're like, what? Like it is quite a hard style to really perfect and learn. So I can see why a lot of people want a Hollywood waves tutorial, or you know, the Hollywood waves videos are so popular, because like I remember when I was kind of learning how to do Hollywood waves, and I'd keep creating them, and I'd be like, right, I'm following all the steps and I'm learning, but it just wasn't like working out how I wanted it to. Or because I do definitely think like creating the waves itself, I don't think is like horrendously hard. It's like the brushing out, which is, and the like placement of the waves, because obviously you want them to be layered and kind of in on each other. So I think that is where a lot of people kind of fall short or like mess up when you're creating the waves, because it's just so hard to kind of create, and it does definitely depend on like hair types as well. Like I'd definitely say that is like quite a big thing. Like if your hair type is like really fine, you know, you don't really have a lot of hair, so you can add hair extensions, but still like it's going to look different every time on every different hair type. So I mean, Louisa here has got, I would say, the perfect hair type for Hollywood waves, because she's just got such nice texture to her hair, because obviously it's kind of like a whole head of like hair extension hair, which has got like really lovely texture. So yeah, she's definitely got the best. Or if your hair's like quite fine, sorry, I've already said that, quite soft. So like if you find your hair's like very soft and quite like fly away, then yeah, it's going to be quite hard for like your hair type, because you're going to then have to go in with quite a lot of products that are going to kind of give your hair like a lot more texture, but you can still create such a gorgeous wave with that, definitely. So I'm just going in with size here. I'm just wanting to create like a bit of a layer to where I added the hair extensions here. So I'm just wanting obviously a little bit more higher, but I also want to create a bit of a layer here. So then that's kind of just melting in and bringing that together, because obviously you're going to have this side typically is going to kind of come back on itself, so you don't want to put it too close to obviously the hairline or anything like that, because usually with Hollywood waves this will kind of come forward and sit like this, and you'll have kind of like a really nice clip sitting here. So that's usually your typical kind of like Hollywood wave style, or you know, if people do want it down and still just have kind of a little bit back, then you can kind of obviously discuss that with your client or who you're doing the Hollywood waves on, but I do just think that is just your classic Hollywood wave style. So yeah, is everyone doing okay today? Has anyone got some really nice plans for the weekend? Let me know. Oh, hello Joshy. Joshy's on. How How are you doing today, Joshy? How is it going? Are you absolutely pumped for this live? So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a long one. I'm walking the dogs, tuning in. Oh, bless you. Where are you walking your dogs? Well, our dogs. Sorry, this is my partner. I'm talking to him like he's not even. I don't know him. Where are you taking our dogs for a walk? So we have two little dogs called Eddie and Angelina. And they came from China. They're beautiful little rescues. And they are the best. Absolutely love them. It's a bit like miserable here today. Like the weather is honestly just needs some sun. Like, is anyone just like starving of like vitamin D and just some sunshine? And like, we're in March now. It always feels like that, doesn't it? Like we just have the longest winter. But if you're from somewhere else, you're not in the UK, let me know. Let me know what the weather's like where you are. That would be fabulous. I'm really just like craving a holiday and sunshine, because we just don't get it in this country, unfortunately. We just don't get it. It's really sad. So I mean, yeah, you can already see like how much that has added to her hair. And really I've gone through a lot quite at the back, but really what I'm working on is to blend out the hair here, so you don't want to kind of have too much hair sitting on top of the extension like if you're natural, because that's never a good look. But I will go through and show you how to kind of like blend these in, but you're not going to be able to see them anyway like when you're styling, so do not worry. But yeah, extensions are amazing. So I remember like back in the day when you know, we all used hair clipping extensions and we all thought we knew what we were doing and it looked great, but it didn't. I've just got to say, it did not look great. Like looking back at mine didn't match my hair colour, or you could just tell that they were hair extensions. And I'd just have like this like little strands coming down, and I'd be like, why did you think that was cool? But that was just like how it was, wasn't it? That was just like the fashion. And everyone just wanted some like hair extensions, so that's what happened. But yeah, I'm glad we've learned a few things about hair. It's just crazy how like much everything's evolved. Like even like the younger generation, like they know how to do hair, they know how to do makeup, they know how to do everything. And like when we were that age, we just had like some glittery lip gloss and like some eyeshadow that we'd like put on with our fingers, and we're like, yeah, call it a day. Sorry, Joshua, Big Dave. Oh no. What is Big Dave doing out this time of the morning? I usually time it so I don't bump into Big Dave. So if anyone wants to know who Big Dave is, so Big Dave is this Rottweiler round where we live. And he's absolutely harmless, like he is great. He's a lovely little dog. Not little, hence the name Big Dave. But he's just like, you know, Rottweilers, they look menacing, but they're just like the biggest softies ever. Like, they're just wonderful. But our little dog Eddie doesn't like Big Dave, and he'll just yap at him and yap at him, so we have to like pick him up and like take him out of the situation, because it's not like we worry about Big Dave, we worry about our dog with a Rottweiler. It's always the little dogs, isn't it? You always have to be careful of the little dogs, because if Big Dave just thought, no, you're winding me up now, and just went for him, like, obviously he would do a lot more damage, but Big Dave is harmless. But yeah, our dog, I just don't trust him. I just don't trust him. Right, so got our extensions in. And now we are going in with prepping all of our hair with the curl technique. So there is definitely a technique when you're curling the extensions and the hair and creating the waves. It's very important, and this is kind of the biggest thing that I kind of like struggled with watching tutorials, but I'm really going to go in depth here and show you how to create the curl, because that is the most important thing, I would say. So you also want to like obviously take like a big look at your sections and kind of see how big you want your section. I mean, I probably wouldn't say like bigger than an inch to each section here. So I'm going in now with some, so this is the Sports Scarf Silhouette, and this is basically like a so it's a pump spray, but it's like a liquid hairspray, but it's not as kind of like tacky, but it also just gives the hair like a lot more, it's like a primer, I would say. So yeah, it's definitely really, really good to have like a very good prep spray when you're doing Hollywood waves, because you want to kind of, it's like when you put your foundation on, you're going to want to use a primer. It's the same thing really, but I always make sure that I just kind of give it a bit of a brush out and make sure it's like all evenly distributed, because you don't want to have like bits and bobs of it. So definitely make sure you're brushing it in and working it through the hair. So what have we got? Big Dave and a horse. Oh my God. The worst combination you could have is with our dog Eddie is a horse and a Rottweiler. He will just lose it. Like he's the most loveliest dog, but he's like a pack dog, like an alpha male dog. So he will literally just like go. He's not scared of anything or anyone. Can you do Hollywood waves on yourself? No. So I did say this earlier, so no. I mean, I can definitely do like a version, so if I was to kind of like curl my hair all the same way, and you could definitely kind of brush it out and create like, I mean, I haven't done today, but you could definitely create like a really nice like bend and like a indent, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to create like this style on myself. There's so many styles, like you just would not be able to create it myself. So yeah, and you just don't have, people just don't have the patience when it's your own hair. Like I'm definitely the same, although like I spend all this time doing other people's hair, it is so much easier to do other people's hair than it is to do my own hair. Like I tried to do a couple of like videos on myself and I'm like, oh, I've got armache, like it hurts. But yeah, it's definitely easier to do it on someone else, because you kind of, you know, got the whole thing here, and you can see the back of their hair. You can't necessarily see the back. Right, so let's go in and start creating these gorgeous curls. So I've got my Easy Locks tool. So this is the Easy Locks Easy tool, and this is 25 millimeters. So I mean, it depends what kind of, you know, look you're kind of looking for, but you don't really want to go bigger than this really. I'd say this is like the perfect size to create those curls. So I'm gonna go in and really show you this little technique. So when you're creating the Hollywood waves, what you want to do is you want to hold the hair kind of like this and just twist it. So rather than just going in like wrapping it around, you really need to make sure that you've got these twists. So that's what creates that like indent and brings the curls together. So go in, twist the hair, not all the way, just kind of like half, and then you're going to wrap that around, and each time you go in you're going to twist it again, and then you're going to twist it, wrap, twist it, wrap, until you get to the end there, because that's what's going to create that really nice indent. And it's also super important that there's no gaps in between these indents here. So once you're wrapping around the hair and you don't want any gaps between these wraps, because you're gonna lose definition and you're gonna lose that curl. So definitely make sure that they're like very solid together. And then when you're pin curling them, again, make sure that they are like very solidly sitting together, really, really nice. So I'll keep going through that with you, because that is definitely like key when creating these curls. And then you're just going to, so I've just gone in with like a little grip there, and then you can kind of keep all those together and just keep it really nice and secure. So then that's going to really cool down and keep that shape. So I'll go in again and I'll just talk you through the whole wave. Oh, the whole waves. Right, I'm just going to move this out the way a little bit. So I've got a whole like camera crew over here. I've got like light, trolleys, dole. It's a whole situation. Right, so let's go in again. So I'm going to actually, what I didn't do was use my primer. So again, go in with your primer, and kind of, you can use like a hairspray if you don't have like kind of something a bit softer than a hairspray, or like a really nice lotion is really nice to use as well. So I'm going to go in again and just show you, and we're going to twist, put that in your tool there, and then as you go around you're going to twist, wrap it in and keep it really nice and tight, in, wrap it, in, wrap it, and just keep going through and making sure they're really nice and solidly together. And you don't need to leave it on long and put like too much heat, because they really don't need like a lot of heat, because they are going to kind of set, because they are very, very hot. So they really do need the time to cool down. I mean, like I said, Hollywood Waves really is like a big production to do, and we definitely obviously need to know, like I wouldn't be able to kind of pull this out the bag on a wedding day with a bridesmaid, because I'd be like, I could do a version, like a really quick version, like to get that really nice indent, but to create like a really long lasting, detailed Hollywood Wave, you need at least an hour and a half, like minimum. That is what you need to create Hollywood Waves. So yeah, they are definitely a very intricate style, and they take a lot of time, but I'm just going to keep going through here, and I'm going to do this as quickly as possible, so when we get to the end you can kind of see, like I said before, like the brushing out I would say is like the most hardest bit to do, and probably does take even longer than actually creating the curls themselves. Your doll has beautiful hair. Thank you. She really does have beautiful hair. I love her hair colour. So I've got these extensions in, and they're a little bit more ashier than Louisa's hair. But this doll is from Laneige, if I'm saying that right, and their dolls are absolutely amazing. I'm going to get a new doll soon. I definitely need to get a new doll, because where I've just used her so much, I've had to like cut her hair like quite a lot, so hence why we need like the extensions for length. So yeah, I definitely need to get a new doll soon. It's time, and you get so much like out of them. You can use like any heat, any like, they've got so much texture. They just create like such nice hairstyles. Like and I wouldn't say like it's completely different, obviously, styling other people's hair, because obviously you're using the exact same techniques with whatever styling you're doing on someone else's hair, but it definitely does like make such a difference because she naturally just has like so much texture. So I'm just going in with these grips here, and that's what I'm using just to pin these. So that's our first little section there. So you can see that it's really tight, really neat, and just gonna let all this cool while we work on the rest of the hair. So it's definitely important to make sure like your work is really, really neat, because you don't want to then have to try and like correct and perfect and like once it's kind of already there. So definitely make sure your work is neat and looking nice, because it will pay off and you won't have to do so much when it comes to working with the hair. So again, I'm going to go in with about 4 sections again through this back bit here. And yeah, how is everyone doing? Are you loving it? I hope you are. And if you're catching up on this live, yeah. And if you have any questions, obviously if you are catching up, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this live, I would absolutely love to know and love some feedback. And yeah, I'm happy to help with any questions. Also, if anyone does have like any requests for what styles you want me to do, then I'm more than happy to. Yeah, let me know. So it's Friday, it's a bit gloomy out there today, but we're here having a great time creating some Hollywood waves. Can you do Hollywood waves and stuff like that one? So yeah, I like to kind of like just do a bit of a temperature check when I'm doing my curls. I mean, don't touch the wand because you are definitely going to burn yourself. But I like to just make sure like all the heat is like through the hair, because if it still feels like a little bit cold or you're not feeling like a lot of heat like through the top, then your curls are not ready. So it's definitely worth just giving a little bit of a touch test on the hair, because obviously this is not gonna be like extremely hot, but yeah, I definitely like to just make sure that they're nice and warm, so they have evenly been distributed some nice heat through there. So yeah, so it is very tedious doing Hollywood waves, I'm not going to lie to you, because you're kind of just going through so many different sections of hair and creating kind of the same look. But I'll just go with you again. So you want to twist, then you're going to take your wand, put that underneath where you just twisted, and then you're going to wrap and twist. Again, you're going to wrap and twist and wrap that under. So you're using quite a bit of tension. Obviously don't pull your client's hair, but yeah, you're just going through till we get to the end. And this is why I really like a tool with a clamp, because you can just kind of like clamp that down, and that's going to just kind of allow like a really nice bit of heat. So again, like I say, I just like to kind of just give it a bit of a tap, just to make sure like the heat is all the way through there. And then you're just going to prise all of that away from the tool. And it's really nice, like when you're pin curling, is to just make sure you keep the exact same shape that you curled with, so you're not kind of trying to then mess up where the curl pattern is going. So I can quickly just show you that again. but I hope you can see like clearly. Please let me know. Do you get to go to fly to cool countries to do wedding hair? So no, no I don't. No, I haven't done any destination weddings yet. As I say, yeah, I would absolutely love to do some destination weddings. Definitely one day, like go to Lake Como or just anywhere, you know. I'd like to do some nice weddings because I mean we're quite lucky where we live. I'm in Devon and we have some beautiful venues here, like right on the coast. Like a lot of them, it generally does feel like you are in a different country. So we're very fortunate that we do have some really, really nice venues. But yeah, if someone come at me and they were like, hi, I'd like to book you to go to, you know, a destination wedding, I'd be there. 100%. So if anyone's getting married and they are getting married abroad or they are from a different country, I can come be your girl if you need me. I will come and do your hair. So yeah, that's definitely like a goal of mine, and it's definitely something to work towards, to eventually do more and more destination weddings. I don't really like put out there that I do destination weddings as yet, but yeah, I mean I did have someone ask me to do a wedding in Paris, like she inquired, but I never heard back from her after that. But I was buzzing. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to Paris, but then it didn't happen. So what can you do? So we're nearly finished our second layer here, so you can just kind of like see it all coming together really, really nicely. So if there are any bits that you want me to like re-go over or talk you through, please let me know as we go along, because I'm more than happy to help. And again, we're just making sure that like all of this is really, really kind of together, and you can see those kind of like nice patterns. So I'm just sliding this off, and like I said earlier, with making sure that you are following the pattern, you can see there that you're just kind of like not really doing too much to kind of bring it together, because it should all be in there. And then again, I'm just going to go with a pin. So there we go, guys. There is our second layer there. I think we've got a rogue one here, which is okay. So I'm just going to redo that. I think with this one, I'm going to go in with, I've got one of these. These are just kind of a little bit more robust, and we'll just hold that in really, really nicely. So now let's go in. So I'd probably say, yeah, I'm probably going to do about four sections here, and just work out what sections are going to go where. Because the thing is as well, what you do want is to make sure that, especially with the top layer, that you've got some hair extensions in there as well, rather than just having like the natural hair and then the extensions, because you're going to see like such a different pattern and you're not going to have that added length in each section of the hair. So that's really important. So obviously you can see, like, I wouldn't be able to just do this as like one big section, but I've kind of got all of this hair sitting here. So what I'm going to do with that is is I'm going to bring kind of these two bits here into there. So you've got those extensions there, and I'm also going to bring in, like, say, half of the extension. So they have like layers on these extensions, I don't know if you can see. So you can kind of split the extension, so we can then bring that into this section here, which is really, really, really nice. So these extensions are from Uniwigs, and they are honestly faultless hair extensions. They are brilliant. They are super soft and just so nice to use. So yeah, we're going to go in with this section. So yeah, I probably am actually going to may do 5 sections. We'll see. We'll work through. It's always just like I say, just like so visual when you're working. I'm just going to put my primer all through this whole section here and just brush that out so it's really nice and distributed there. Who have we got on this live? Please let me know your name, or just give me like a little bit of a wave. That would be fabulous. And again, like I always keep saying, any questions, please let me know. So yeah, it is a bit of a marathon when you're doing Hollywood waves. So again, I'm just going in, twisting, and I'm just speeding this up a little bit for you. So obviously when you're wrapping, you're not really, it's hard to kind of keep them all really close. So you can just with your finger, just bring them and slide them all together. So like I say, it's really important to make sure that you're doing that. I might actually just bring this out just a little bit more. Just so you can see my face through these. Should just stop flipping around, shouldn't I, with the lights? There we go, perfect. Perfect. Right. So you can see, like, when you're going to kind of already, how much you've got of an indent there. Like, all of those indents are your Hollywood waves pattern. So you can just see how perfect that is. Although like some people may be looking at and being like, oh, that's a horrible hair, but obviously look at the bigger picture when you are brushing this out. It's going to look wonderful, and like I say, you really just want to make sure you're keeping that pattern. Even if like you drop the curl or it kind of comes out the wand, because it happens, just really make sure you are keeping that pattern there. How is everyone's day going? Please let me know. Bring that in nice and tight. So clean. It is definitely more fun to brush them out than it is to like pin curl and create all of this. I probably, yeah, definitely do prefer brushing them out and bringing this whole curl together, but it's so satisfying like creating it, because once you kind of see the end result come together, it's great. A little bit earlier and a bit closer so you can really see it. yeah, I mean, like I said, I did upload like a really quick version of Hollywood Waves on my channel, because there are obviously like other ways you can create it, but this is like the proper way, I would say, to create these curls, definitely. So this one is just slightly. So if you do kind of like have any that like come loose, you can just kind of go in again and just follow that pattern and that shape, and just really make sure that is really nice and tight. Again. Right, so we still have a hell of a lot more hair to get through here. Like I say, it is a very, very long, in-depth style, this one. So I'm probably not going to take this section here as well. So as well, when you are obviously like mapping out and planning your sections, you really just want to make sure you are really looking at like the visual layers of it, because what I'm doing here is just like mapping out where these curls are gonna fall. So if you're kind of like coming to your top section now, you really do just want to make sure that you're allowing kind of each section that is just going to fill all of these gaps and really fill it all together. So that is, I would say, very important. So what we're going to do here is get a little bit up there and use this as one of my sections, my next section, so I know that this is going to fall, if you can see here, and just fall really, really nicely, because you want to create like that really nice soft pattern rather than having like your sides back and it just being like you've got that harsh line. So definitely make sure that's very important, where all of your sections are going to fall and where they're going to sit when you brush them out. So I mean, it definitely depends as well, like you can then go through and like back comb and start kind of adding like a bit of height and a bit of volume, but with the doll, she honestly has like so much hair, like I'm not going to back comb her hair because it's a bit of a situation. So definitely, again, like depends on your client and who you're creating these Hollywood waves for. But yeah, I definitely would recommend, like, if your client does have like quite flat hair or quite soft supple hair, definitely go in with a really nice bit of back combing just to kind of like bring that up. It will also like expand the hair as well. Oh, Rex! Rex is on here. He's saying that's Rex. I'll be back on. No, I don't have my mic on. Oh no, I hope it's not making that really annoying noise. Oh, my phone makes this really annoying noise. Is it doing that? Or is that I have absolutely no idea why it does this. Like, I've looked at all my settings. I really hope it's... Oh, I hope it's not doing that. I think it is. So I do apologise, guys, if you can just hear this really annoying noise. Unfortunately, it's my phone. I have tried to go do live through my camera, because you can actually live stream on there, but it's not letting me for some reason. Yeah, a bit rattly or something. That's really annoying. There's not really a lot I can do about that. I don't know, I've lost the other bit to my mic. Well, I do apologise, guys. I'm very, very sorry if you can hear a really annoying noise. I don't know why my phone does this. I have absolutely no idea. So when you're also pinning these, definitely make sure you are going like really tight to the scalp, like the head. Because especially when you've kind of got some hair extensions in the way, it's going to be really, really annoying. So you definitely do not want that. So guys, also just to let you know, I am going to be doing another video today, not a live, but I'm going to be recording another video, which is me. I ordered so much stuff off Temu, like hair stuff, like accessories, everything. I've got a massive bag full of stuff, so I'm going to do like a bit of a haul on all of that, which I'm really excited about. So I'll be recording that today, and showing you all these like gadgets. And I also got like quite a lot of like, you know, like those heatless wave things like everyone keeps coming out with. I've got like quite a lot of those, so I'm going to be like testing those out, and I'll be doing like some videos on that. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. I cannot wait to show you it all. It all looks fabulous. So yeah, I will be doing like a little haul on those and showing you. Who's excited for that? Who loves a little haul? So yeah, it's all like hair related stuff, which is going to be real fun. Okay, it came really quickly. I honestly just like went through. And honestly just put so much sweet Lolatina whole. Yeah, so this is actually like the first time I've ever ordered off Temu. I mean, I know like Temu, I'm sorry if I keep saying it wrong, people will be like, what is Temu? Temu? Like off Shein, because they're kind of like very similar. But yeah, so I've ordered just like a bunch, just hair related stuff, like just so many cute hair accessories and like combs and brushes, all things like that. It was a bit of like an impulse buy, you know, and you're just kind of like, they're just, every time you go on there, they're like, right, here's £100 off, here's like all this money off, and you're like, yeah, cool, sure. But that never really is the situation, really, so let's be real. They actually want you like to spend loads of money, and then like they'll make out that they give you loads of money off, but I'm not sure I believe them. Right. Let's see here. I'm super annoyed my phone's making this rattling noise. Like, I should have thought about this. I should have definitely thought about this and got my mic sorted out. But the last live with my microphone like banging around, like I had absolutely no idea. I wish someone had said to me, Paris, microphone, check your microphone. But yeah, these are all learning curves, I guess. We're gonna learn as we go with what we need to sort out, because yeah, we're still very new. Like, we've only really had this channel now 2 months. So yeah, everything is a learning curve, I would say. We've learned a lot already, like so much. And you do just like end up learning like the hard way about everything, and you're like, right, I won't do that next time. So yeah, it is such a journey when you kind of doing these videos, the editing, and you know, everything that goes into it. Like, it's a full-time job. Like, it generally is a full-time job, and I have so I create content like 2 days in a week, and then I will kind of like have Saturday like editing days and things like that. So yeah, and then we like edit in the evening. So yeah, it is like a full-time job, but it's so fun. So I am actually going to go in and backcomb this top section here, just ever so slightly, because I just feel like it will just sit a lot nicer. But you can see like I've gone in with like a bit of an angle, so I've not just gone straight in. It's kind of like, so then this is just going to sit really nicely over here, so it's just going to bring that in all together. But yeah, I'm just going underneath and just slightly backcombing, so you can see that when you like pull this out, when obviously that you put your curl in, it's just going to like expand out and be really, really pretty. So I'm going to go in and just kind of do this as one, and then really bring that in and make sure that's all very tight together, as tight as you can kind of go, so there's no gaps. So again, we're going to take like a triangle section. It's just going to sit here, so that's going to sit there, and this is going to kind of like come over here to create that really nice section. But again, I'm going to go in with just like a really, really soft bit of backcombing. And I'm just using here the KYK Magic Dust. Live for this stuff. Like, it is honestly, I'm just going to get out a little bit of that. It's just so nice. Like, it's really light, but obviously gives such a nice texture. And this is definitely like a product that you need. You need a really good textured powder dust. or yeah, like a powder. You don't want to be using hairspray when you're brushing out and going through. You really want to be able to have a really nice bit of texture. Right, so the back is essentially done. We're now going to go in on the sides, and even though your work, like this was like really alien to me when I first started doing Hollywood waves, is you are going to make sure you're going in the exact same direction. Let me just straighten up my knees a little bit. You really want to make sure you're going the exact same curl, the exact same way, you're doing the exact same technique, you're not like going a different way or a different side, you're doing it exactly the same, because that's how they're all going to like blend in together and come in together, so they all need to be the exact same direction. And yeah, definitely make sure you're really working in your product so it's not just sitting on top of the hair. So we are getting there, guys. I know they're 63 minutes in, but I really did want this to be like a really nice, like in-depth tutorial. So I can really like just go through this with you, because I know a lot of the time when you have to keep like watching these tutorial videos, you're like trying to really like look and see like what they're doing. So yeah, I just really wanted this to be like a really nice like in-depth tutorial to just really show you how to create them, really, because like I said, like they're so popular, and this will be the only Hollywood waves tutorial that you need. So, and it's something you can always like revert back to if you do like get your dole out and or try this. Please let me know. I'd absolutely love to see your work. Or if you just love to learn kind of and watch hair videos, then yeah, it's a great time. And yeah. What is the most amount of bridesmaids you have done in one wedding? I'm probably going to say, I think I've done 10. I've done 10 people in a morning. So the wedding was at 1 p.m. So I got her at 6:30 in the morning. And yeah, I done 10 people's hair. That was a marathon. Like, I think I nearly passed out after that. But it was a very last minute wedding actually. So the bride actually had gone to someone, another hairstylist, and booked her originally for her wedding, but she unfortunately was really unhappy with her hair. Like on the trial she hated her hair, so she then went like on the hunt for another hairstylist, came across like my Instagram page and kind of sent me a message and said, look, I think she booked me like not even 6 weeks before her wedding, so which is like no time at all. So she had already had her hairstylist booked, like I think she booked her like 8 months before her wedding. And then yeah, so she was really unhappy with her hair, messaged me like panicking, like, are you free? Like this was like 2-3 years ago now, so this was when I just kind of started my bridal hair business and gone freelance. So I was like, yeah, sure, like let's get you in for a trial, because I'm not gonna lie, like because she said like she hated her hair, I was kind of thinking, oh no. So I don't know why, but like you just feel a little bit of pressure. Like you're kind of like, oh my god, what if she hates what I do? Like what if, you know, because you do, unfortunately, you do get people who just don't like what anyone does. Like, and that's not a you issue. Sometimes it's that they just are not happy, or they don't like the way they look. You know, unfortunately it does, and we're all the same. Like we all kind of do things or like do styles and we're like, no, I hate it, I don't love it, it doesn't suit me, it doesn't look good on me. Whereas like someone can be like, no, that looks lovely, like it looks really nice. But it's all like how everyone perceives themselves. So yeah, I done 10 and I did say to her like, look, I can do it, but it's going to be a very early start and your bridesmaids are going to have to choose very quick, simple hairstyles, like, because unfortunately I'm not a magician. So usually I have about 45 minutes to do bridesmaids, and I had, I think like 25 minutes I think I planned out per bridesmaid. But we done it, it worked, and like the wedding morning was so much fun. So yeah, she had like 10 bridesmaids and then obviously the bride. So yeah, that was crazy. I really remember that. And then also on the wedding morning, she like got all of her brides. This is why I love doing weddings, like they're just so fun. But on the wedding morning, she like gave all her bridesmaids, like they do bridesmaids gifts and things, like on the morning, like the bride will get all her bridesmaids like a little gift, which I don't know why people do that, or I guess it is obviously so cute, but it's just like another stress the bride has to think about or worry about. Like for me, I'll just be like, don't worry, like you're a bridesmaid, we're here for your day. But yeah, and then she actually announced that she was pregnant. So she was like, guys, I'm not going to be drinking today, I'm actually pregnant. And then obviously she was getting married, so yeah, and no one knew. Like, so I saw everyone's like raw, kind of like uncut emotions. So that was such, like, I felt like so pleasured to like be there and like capture that moment. And it was like obviously like the perfect time to do it. But obviously the bride didn't tell anyone else like on the wedding day, so she just kind of told her closest friends and family. So it was super cute, it was so nice, I absolutely love that. So yeah, if anyone wants to hear some more cute wedding stories, let's go through it, because yeah, there are some really great moments. Some really crazy moments, I might add, but there really have been some crazy moments during weddings. I think my most recent crazy moment during a wedding is when I was obviously at the venue doing everyone's hair, the mother of the bride actually like headbutted the sink somehow. So she literally came in with like blood and tissue like on her head, because I think she must have obviously bent down to pick something up, and like smashed her head on the sink and started bleeding. Oh my god. So obviously everyone just goes into like panic mode, and the bride was obviously like really distressed, so she was very much obviously so concerned for her mum, and I think like her mum was kind of just playing it down and was like, no, I'm fine, when you could clearly see like obviously she wasn't okay. She just hit her head on a sink and she was like bleeding, like she literally just come in and like was like this, and there was like blood, and like and I was just like, you know, you're just, what do you do? What do you say? Like everyone was like rushing to the mum and like, okay, okay. So yeah, that was really crazy. And then on top of that, bride was actually sitting in the seat, and I was like doing her hair, because she was kind of like not last, but like second to last, doing the hair. So there wasn't really like that much time left of the morning. And then one of the site managers like of the venue come in and they said, so your wedding singer, so she had a wedding singer, like who was going to sing at her ceremony, like she walked down the aisle, which is lovely, has broken down and she's not going to make it to the ceremony. So with that she just started crying her eyes out, and it was horrible, like absolutely horrible to watch. So sad that, you know, obviously no one wants to cry on their wedding day, or like, and I know obviously like it's not the end of the world, but I think it was just like what had happened to her mum on top of that just set her off, and she was just like, can it get any worse? And my mum is bleeding. I don't have a singer for my ceremony. I don't know like what song I'm going to pick. Like she'd obviously like planned this whole song, spoke to the wedding singer, like she'd done this whole acoustic version of like her song with her partner. Oh, it was just a whole situation. And I remember just being like, oh my god. It's not funny, but yeah, you just don't really know what to do in those situations. Anyway, so I'm now going through here, and I'm just on the side, so it looks a little bit crazy right now, like if you're kind of, your bride is sitting there and she's just like, is this really necessary, and she's walking around with like pin curls. Yeah, it is necessary, I'm afraid. We do have to do this, and it will be so worth it once you brush them out and see how gorgeous they look. So we're getting there, guys, I promise you, we are definitely getting there. And we're on to the last side, and the brushing out doesn't take as long, I promise, to get this out. But yeah, you can always just kind of like dip in and out, and kind of like once this is on my channel, go through, but you'll miss my cool stories. So yeah, what's another wedding story that I've got? So many, how do I start? But obviously I don't want to share personal private details, things like this, because yeah, that's not cool. But yeah, I don't mind telling you a few stories. So everyone does like say to me, like they always think that like weddings are really stressful, and or like you get like so many bridezillas, but you generally, it's like just I mean, it's busy, it is hard work because you're on the go from usually about 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, you're up at 5 usually. Usually up at, alarm is set, 5 a.m. Quickly get ready because the venues are like usually about an hour away. And then you get there and it is non-stop until you leave. So like someone sits in the chair, do her, someone goes, someone sits in the chair. So it's like a conveyor belt. So all you're doing, like you just don't really have like time to breathe, drink a drink or anything. And yeah, you're just solely focused on getting everyone ready. But it is such a fun time. It really is such a fun morning. And usually it's just filled with laughter, fun, like everyone's just in a really good mood. So yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, I did actually share one of my crazy stories on TikTok. I don't know if anyone has followed me on TikTok, but if you do, I do have one mental story about a wedding that happened like years ago, that I have never told anyone about. It was like, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So yeah, if you guys are not following me on my socials, please do. I would absolutely love that because I do post like stories and kind of like more regularly. Tell me. Josh is like, tell me. So I mean, I'm not going to go into this whole story right now. It's a very long story. But like I say, if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, that would be amazing. Because yeah, I do kind of post a bit more on my stories and just kind of like a little bit more, like I wouldn't say different content, but it is kind of different content on those social media platforms, because although I know obviously like everyone does have kind of like all of these different social medias, but I did want them to be a bit different. I didn't want them to kind of all be the same. Like I feel like TikTok is like my fun platform, like to say. So it's like very different, I would say, because I think all different social medias, they all do, don't they? On Instagram, you've got your photos, you've got your like little reels, things like that, whereas like TikTok, like you've got trends, and then you've got like short content, long content now, but it's just like a bit more of a fun app. And then obviously YouTube is a bit more like your long form content. Obviously they've got shorts now, but yeah, I think they all just like offer like completely different like social media. So definitely hit me up. I have them all linked into my description and on my bio. So yeah, that would be amazing if you would give me a little follow on those. Yeah. Right, so we're definitely getting there, guys, I promise you. Right, so just straightening those out. I don't know how it always ends up in like bent. Right. So I'll just move around here a little bit, just so you can kind of see a little bit better. Is that a bit better for you? Let me know. Right. Oh, just move my hand. Okay. So, just so you can kind of see what I'm doing a bit more. All those like tiny little end bits that you're like, don't burn me, but you need to get them in. Make sure they're all really nice and close together. In. Oh, it's just like right over there and not obviously a bit better. Gosh, I am really sorry guys if you are still watching this and you can hear that really annoying noise. I'm fuming, I forgot about that. But I completely forgot that the noise was really annoying on my phone. The only thing with like if I'm doing it on my camera is I wouldn't be able to see the comments. So it would kind of defeat the object of doing a live because you haven't got the comments. There's, you know, you haven't got the chat and you haven't got that side of it. So who's excited to see all of this work come together? So we're on 81 minutes. Gosh, it's a very long live. It's like I'm literally comparing this to a football match right now. So, right. So with the front, obviously with Hollywood Ways, you do always see like that really nice defined height at the front. So I'm going to show you how to create that. So it's definitely all about your sections and where you want them to sit. So I tend to go in with 3 different sections here. So you've got your front section, you've got your back section, and then you've got your side section. So you're creating like a really nice, like, what word am I trying to use here? So you're creating like a really nice like definition. So you're covering all angles. So you've got your back, your front, and your side. So you're not kind of like going to have like harsh sections throughout. So I will show you how we're going to tackle these because it is very important when creating Hollywood Ways, like what size you want and where they're going to go. So I'm just going to bring that together. So you can see though guys, like we're obviously going to brush this out, but the importance of like really bringing these curls tight and creating that bend and that twist is that you end up with like the most amazing curl. But we're going to put that back because it's decided to go rogue. But we're following that curl pattern and bringing it in really nice and tight. But yeah, you can see that's come together perfectly. Like that is your perfect Hollywood wave curl. We can still hear you clearly. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for letting me know. I am really like not annoyed at myself, but you know, you're just like, why? So people are going to listen back to this live and it's going to be just noise, like white noise and annoying. You can mute it if you want and you don't want to listen to me, you just want to watch the tutorial. I don't blame you. Right, so I'm going in again and you're still just doing the exact same technique and everything is still going in the exact same direction. And again, bringing that in really, really nice and tight. So that's going to sit really nice. Sorry guys, I've moved like angles. I keep bending over to get a black. What's everyone up to today? Let me know. Are you at work? If you're at work and you're watching this live, or you work from home or something, or you got the day off, or you're doing something really nice this weekend. It is Mother's Day this weekend, my first ever Mother's Day, which I'm buzzing about, which is really exciting. Anyone has any questions for me, then please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Day off, nice. So I'm actually going to backcomb this bit here. So you can see that I want this to kind of sit like this, because although we're going to have this front section, that front section is going to sit there like this. So we're going to backcomb through here, but like I say, it's very visual, so definitely make sure that you are keeping obviously an eye on where all of your patterns are going to sit, because it is super important that you're looking at where these are all going to fall, because you can't really then go back through and then change them, because you're going to have to brush them out too much. So definitely make sure you're keeping an eye on that. Looking after the crazy boy. Is he crazy? He's so funny. He is such a little character. What's the crazy boy doing? Hmm? What's he doing right now, Josh? So if you do have these end bits, and I know it can be really annoying, just really try and make sure they're really nice and tight. He is playing with his favourite book. Is that the musical book? Absolutely loves that book. Right. You can see that that's like just setting back through there. So I've gone on a bit of an angle here. I've not gone like too straight. I've kind of brought it on a bit of an angle. Yeah. Oh, he's such an angel. He's just into absolutely everything. Like you can't even hold him anymore without him literally trying to like launch himself off you to like grab something or get something. It's so sweet. Right, so again we're going to go in with some backcomb on this section here. I'm just going to go with some nice powder. I'm actually just going to bring that up just a little bit. You want that kind of to sit around really nicely. Also, when you are backcombing, you want to make sure that you're on like a really good angle. You don't want to like be backcombing down here or here. Like you really want to make sure that you've got a really nice bit of tension, and you're bringing that up really high, and like it's really nice and tight. Bring this back a bit, and that's what's going to create that gorgeous and hold and bring it all together. So yeah, really make sure that you've kept that really nice and tight there. And after you've curled, you can also like go in and recheck your back comb if you need to, but it's always best to go big first, and then you can always brush it out. So don't worry if it looks a little bit crazy right now, because you can always go back in and brush it out a little bit, because you're not going to see any of that back comb at the front here, because it's all going to be sitting behind. For 90 minutes. Right, so our last curl, guys, the last one, and we're on 90 minutes. I mean, obviously, if I was like working a wedding, it wouldn't take me 90 minutes just to curl, but I've been chatting and talking you through them. So yeah, it just take like a little bit longer, but it's not good. So then again, I'm just going to hold that in position, don't let it fall out. If you can help it, and bring that in. So that's going to sit in really nicely there. And just create a really nice quiff. And I'm just going to pin that like I have all the rest. Right, there we go, guys. 90 minutes and we have it all curled. I'm sorry it's taking so long, guys. I probably should have made it a bit quicker, but I just wanted to be really thorough and really in depth so you guys can see it, but I'll bring this all through as quick as possible. So when you're brushing out, what you're going to need is some dust and a pintail comb. These are essential. These are what you're going to need to brush out. So I'm just going to get rid of my curler now because we do not need that. Perfect. Or you also need one of these, so like another brush comb type thing, so you've kind of got both there because you can use this to kind of brush bits out, but I'll go through that with you anyway. Right, let's start taking these out and seeing these gorgeous curls. There we go, guys, look at that. So what I like to do is add a nice bit of dust through there because that's your texture, and then you can just brush it out a little bit so it's going to kind of sit like that. And also back comb where you can see those indents, because that's how you can then feather this out like this, and it's just going to bring it all together. But obviously, like, this is your bottom layer, so this is your base basically, to where all your other curls are going to like sit through. So if you're going underneath and taking this together, definitely make sure you are. So yeah, perfect. The perfect Hollywood wave. If you could take one hair tool to a desert one hair tool to a desert island. Oh gosh. Does my Aries count as one tool? Because that's got everything on it. I'll take my Aries, but how can you take one tool to a desert island? Do you have like a plug socket, or do you mean like a brush or something? Let me know. Gosh, that's so hard, isn't it? So again, I'm just going in where those indents are, and I'm just feathering this out, and then you can see that these are going to feather in on each other, and you can just take your pintail comb and just start bringing them together. And you can kind of just like layer them, like that's the way I always think of like Hollywood ways. It's like layering. So it's kind of like just bringing everything together, layering them. Just making sure that really you want to make sure that everyone is like uniform and coming through together. That is very, very important. Yeah, one particular tool. Yeah, Aries. My Aries is coming with me because that's got absolutely everything on it. So you've got a hairdryer, got a blowout brush, you've got a curler, you've got a smoother. Yeah, you've got everything there. So yeah, that's coming with me. Definitely. These pearls are just so pretty. So as well, you can kind of like just like bring them and place them like on top of each other here, and then you're eventually just going to kind of just like brush them together. But you can see that they are just slightly going on a bit of a bend there, so you just want to make sure that they're coming all together here. And then slotting them in together there, and just making sure that they're really uniform and really coming together. What I also like to do is just kind of give them a little bit of a brush, so if you do see any gaps, you can just kind of bring that together like that. So I think a lot of the time like people get really anxious about brushing them, because they can kind of then get quite like fluffy, I would say, and then like you can see like they just kind of like fan out, but you can just kind of bring them back a little bit and pull them together, and as long as they're kind of like brushed into one another, but they will always just kind of like revert back to their pattern. But like I say, like this is just your base, so like you're going to be layering all of these on top of each other. It's just kind of working with where they're going. I'm just fanning them out again, you know, bringing them together. So that's kind of like what gives it the shape, really. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So again, you can see where they're going to pop in. So you can then just work with like layer by layer and bring them out. So like I say, like this is definitely like more quicker than creating the curls. And also you can just backline the underneath just a little bit and bring these indents here together. So you can see like the difference, like that is to that, and then you have a little bit more in this here. Then you have like a little bit more there to work with, and then you can see where these are gonna sit nicely. So again, if you feel like they may just need like a little bit more. So yeah, I'm just filing these out just a little bit more like as we go up, because I just feel like they do just sit a lot nicer as you bring them down. And again, you just want to make sure you're make sure that you are layering them really, really nicely. And you can see kind of where they're going to sit. So you can see like how that has just fitted in there really, really nice. So it's just literally all about layering. So yeah, that is literally it. If we go through. Yeah, it's just like a puzzle really, I would say. You're just fitting these little pieces of the puzzle and fitting them together. So again, I'm just going to back tone that top bit just a little bit. And then through here, where I can see my indents. And then I want that to sit in there. And that to come through there really nicely. And will just slot in there. This through here. Sorry, bring this just a little bit more over here. So a huge amount of room. Can you guys see okay? Let me know. So I'm just going in with some comb and I'm just brushing them in. And then it is always nice to go in like a bit of a bigger comb, so not like too tight like your other comb was. And just brushing them through a little bit. But you'll find the more you go through and the more you add and bring together, like it will start to really like come together more. So yeah, we're just going to keep using the same technique through here, layering and just seeing where these are going to sit and go and filing them out. So it always does look like a bit of a mess before it all comes together. And just keep working it through and going through, perfecting. We could just spend like forever doing this. But I think this live has been long enough. otherwise I'm getting warm. Again, you can just see where you created those sections. So just go in and just keep brushing those sections through, so they really do just melt in there. And just like using your hand as like a bit of a base, so because you don't want to start brushing and then pulling this out. And then again, you're going to go in here and just indent there, brush and pull through. Just make sure like each section as you're going through like looks good, because you don't want to end up having to keep doing this. But when you're kind of first creating your structure, it definitely does help to put it all together like this. You don't want gaps and you don't want these. Bring these in where you want them to sit. So see I've got a gap there. So what I'm doing is just pulling these bits here because I want this really to sit in there. And you kind of just bring that together. And just get rid of any of those little flyaways. Like so. This is going to be stunning. Yeah, in about 3 hours. Oh, guys, this is like the longest live ever. I mean, I'm having a great time. But at least like everyone can kind of revert back to this, see what we've done, and just in your own time you can just go through it. So that is perfect. Again, we're going to see where this is going to fit, and they're not always going to kind of sit like where they did last time, because obviously you've gone in a different layer. So this for me is going to sit here, and that's going to sit in there. So then what I'm going to be doing is bringing that in to connect here, to create that, and again through here, and placing that through there. So that's my next layer. Again, going in, and I'm just going to see this going on the next one. So you can just see now, and you can also like go in with a little bit of spray just to kind of like merge that together a bit more. So I'm just I'm not like brushing this out now. Just going to slightly use my pintail comb here, just to hide any gaps there. But can you see like this really coming together now to create gorgeous waves. So if you do, another little tip, like if you do have like any bits of hair, like especially if you're adding length and you can see that underneath and it's going to annoy you, just make sure you hold it before you start back combing, because what's going to happen is that piece of hair is going to ping up and it's not going to sit in with this. So again, see where your section is going to sit. And you know that that's going to sit through there, and that's going to sit through there. And you're just overlapping this now. And making sure that that's sitting in there really nice. So you can just see that tiny bit of hair. You can just play around with it. Just make sure that it's all sitting basically in its section, because we are going to go through this and brush and perfect, but you just want to make sure first that everything is sitting perfectly in where it's meant to sit, and you've got those really nice Hollywood waves. Is anyone on here that have been here from the end? Because if you are, you deserve an award. You deserve a gold star, honestly. What a journey. But like I said, guys, Hollywood waves, honestly, is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. You need a lot of patience, a lot of dedication to create this. Again, I'm just going in and overlapping through here. This makes it really nice. And slightly brush out if you do come across like this. You can just go in with a brush and just make sure you're covering in those gaps. Like, don't just think, oh, I can hide that with the next section, because it's going to bite you in the bum. So we'll keep coming back to it. A little bit of hairspray. Just blowing that in a little bit more. And hold that up. I said to my sister, she just like walked in the room, and I was like, why are you not watching my live? That's just family for you, isn't it? I mean, I don't blame her. This is long unless you're actually interested in creating Hollywood waves. But they're just so pretty. Just bringing out, you can see like this top section. Oh, stunning. Am I the only person that gets super excited when you see curls like this? So let's bring that over here. Oh, my best is up on. So guys, we're getting on for 2 hours now. How's everyone doing? Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm not sure. Okay. This is like a 2-hour live. Don't bother now. Sorry guys, that was my sister. I'm trying to do a tutorial so that you can just see that. Whoop, coming together. So pretty. Melt it in. I want that to set. Again, do the same here. And then so each section, so you have about 1, 2, 3 indents there, and then obviously your top section is going to create your next layer. Do you like sort of volume powder? Do you use it, or are you like scared to use it? So it's quite daunting, or do you just not know kind of what to use it for, or you don't like it? It is quite a particular thing. Like, I mean, I absolutely love it for styling. I think it's brilliant for styling. Like, I honestly don't know where I'd be without it. I really don't. So I'm just going to go in with some hairspray again, and I'm just going to start combing this together a bit more. What are we thinking, guys? Are you loving it? So yeah, I wasn't lying when I said like Hollywood Waves is a lot of work. Like, they actually do like so many like educational things to learn how to do this, because it's such it's a whole masterpiece to construct together and put together. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I'm just going to like lightly brush over here. Just so we've got our natural hair sitting on top, it just kind of separated a little bit. So you don't really want separation through there. You want to make sure like it's all together and sitting really, really pretty. Okay, fan this out a little bit now, so that will sit on there. And again, fan out, so that will sit on there. And again, fan out, so these will sit in here, just like so. I'm going to go with a little bit more spray. So you can see what I mean, like the more hair you kind of add through here, the more it will kind of like come together. It's so pretty, it's so satisfying. Are you guys enjoying this? Who have we still got on here? Let me know. I really have gone like all out with the in-depthness of this tutorial. So if you've learned how to do Hollywood waves from this tutorial, please let me know. It would honestly make my day. You just feel that that seems to come in and fan out just a little bit. Again, we're just layering, just finding where each piece sits well and blends. So again, we're just going to do our fan, blend in, our fan, blend in, and that really is just going to come together. So I'm just going to go in with another little bit of spray. Just bring all these pieces together. Gaps. What are you guys thinking? Hollywood waves. There is a bit under here that is bothering me, but that's okay because you can hide it. There's a bit of like just natural hair just like lurking about, but it's okay, we've hidden it. You can kind of then just hide those little pieces underneath, because obviously we've got our natural hair here. So if you do just want to go under and just secure that in underneath, just to hide that, because obviously even though you're going to have these bits hiding that anyway, you're not going to see that when the side kind of comes down there, because that is just the thing when you're working with natural and extensions, but as long as you hide it, it's all good. Right, so we have another little bit up here. Let's add these. Brush these out a little bit. Let's see where things are going to go. That those indents there. softer than they like. You can see that on the ends that's starting to like separate. So just give it another little bit of backbone. So this and come through here like this, and then that's created like another indent there, you can see. And then I'm going to bring it through here. You can see that. But just make sure you haven't got any gaps. Just expand it out. No, this is going to sit in this indent here. Like that. Again here. And just keep kind of going through and fan it out, but eventually, as you can see, like that's just fallen in there really, really nicely and blended in, and also created another indent there for you. So again, you're going to do the exact same, so I'm just going to brush out where I need to, and then go in where my indents are. That need to bring this together. That says beautiful, mummy. Oh, you're beautiful, my darling. Can you guys see okay? Am I showing this okay? Or if I'm not, please let me know. Going in with some more spray. Just to smooth out any of those bits that I need to work on, and bring them together. You can see here, like with some spray, obviously this top section is obviously going to be like a lot shorter than all of that, but with just a little bit of spray and a fork comb, you can just bring all of that together. And smooth out the gaps you may have. Right. Let's move on to our sides, but are we loving it? So these are real, like, indented Hollywood waves. Like, these are your proper glam waves. And obviously you can do like such softer versions of this, which still looks gorgeous, but you can obviously see like they are there, they are structured. And you want movement, like you want the bride to be able to obviously move her head around and her curls move and bounce, but you do not obviously want them to like fall apart. So it's got to be the perfect combination between soft and structured. Right, let's work on our sides. I mean, this hair could just we'll bring that in. like my proper concentration is going on right now. And that together. So obviously this is all gonna sit around really nicely. Once you start taking these bits out. So these sides here are going to actually curl round, but you still definitely want to make sure that you are incorporating them to this whole side. So it all is going to like blend in really, really nice. A lot of brushing out, a lot of placing, and a lot of structure. How are you all doing? Are you losing the will to live? Let me know if you are. Don't blame you, it's all good, it's all good. Right, so these top bits I am actually going to just kind of leave a little bit. I'm just going to brush them out just a little bit here, but I'm going to be creating, obviously, that bit that's going to go back like this, so then this is going to kind of sit round. So what I'm going to do here is just brush out through here and bring in behind the ear like this. And then we're going to brush all this through. But first you just want to make sure that you've got your placement of where this is going to go. So what I like to do is obviously create my really nice shape. Boring that through and just give it a really nice bit of hairspray so you've got a really nice bit of sleekness there. And firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with some grips behind the ear. like this. And then I'm going to go in with this comb, and I'm just going to start brushing this round. So this is going to sit really, really nicely through here. And again, you just want to make sure that you're working with your sections and you're not going kind of like too far with it, but also so you've got all of these like different bits of hair coming from like all these different angles, so you just want to make sure that just going to go in with a little bit of spray. So this is like a nice lotion spray, and this is just going to smooth out all of those bits there. When you're working with this side bit, obviously it's kind of like going, I'd say, against the angle, because obviously you're missing out quite a chunk there. So you do really just have to work that in and create that indent coming around, but then that is also going to blend out. You can just kind of then just like fan it, so it's going to kind of like tuck in onto the ear, like so. So yeah, this bit is a little bit more different than if you were just going to have like your Hollywood waves like the whole way round, and then again you can just go in and back comb a little bit, back comb slightly. And just make sure all of these are just sitting really nice. And obviously you've got kind of these sections through here that you're going to just work in. And literally just bringing these in to sit over. Melt into the side, just using the exact same technique as like just fanning them out and bringing them in. Like so. So, and just see where you want to like hide any gaps. So like you can see here, like I've just got a little bit of gap between the side and here, and I just want to overlap this through here and blend that in. This is where you blend in side. But it's only 1 o'clock. And ow! Oh my gosh, 141 minutes. 141 minutes, guys. How are we doing? Are you loving it? I'm just hoping that like this tutorial is maybe long, like hugely long. I'm very thorough, but you are going to learn how to do Hollywood waves, and that is the goal. So as long as we've achieved that, we're all good. So I'm just going to go in with some hairspray here, and that's just going to move that in for me. Brush and brush. Alright guys, you can start to see that coming together now. Really, really nicely. Because what I don't like is, although like obviously you have this really nice section here, and obviously, you know, you want it to come round, but you also want to be able to like have a bit coming at the front, but you want it to blend to the back. Like you don't want to have like big section coming forward and then like the back, if that makes sense. Like I like to make it really soft, so it all just like blends in really nice, and then you've kind of got all of that working together there. Makes sense? Right, last side, we're getting there guys. Are you enjoying this? Please tell me if you are. Yes, they are a lot of work, but they are so worth it. So worth it. And then you can see this one is going to come down here and blend in here. Again, just give that like a nice little comb. Blend from there and there. It does look amazing. I wish my hair was long enough. You're so funny, Josh. So funny. and this is going to be kind of the underneath piece here. So it's all very much like trust the process of doing this, I will say. Right, imagine this. Oh my god, so my sister's watching the live, right, and she's just come in. She's like, you need to move your camera down because you can literally see like this much. Honestly, my heart nearly just jumped out of the window because I've just spent all this time doing this and you guys could only see like half of it, but Josh would have said something. Holly just wasn't watching it properly. Clearly. How do I comment? Show me. Sorry guys. I have no idea. I'll speak to Josh. I have no idea how you comment. She's trying to ask me how to comment. I have absolutely no idea. We're terrible at technology. Absolutely terrible at technology. I will say. Right, so I'm just going to keep going through. Brushing this out. Combing it through. Because again, like we said, like that bit was going to sit under. So we're going to put this through here like this. And it's going to sit really nicely and blend. It's so windy here today. I think we've had so much wind. It's just going insane. So we're just doing the same technique with the sides as we've done with the back. And we're just bringing this all together. I think what I will do though is have this section sitting over. It's honestly like a work of art, do you not think, guys? Like the amount of effort that goes in to doing these Hollywood waves, because I mean a lot of the time you see all of these videos on Hollywood waves that have like obviously been sped up and just kind of giving you the gist, but obviously this side is like a full, but I mean to be fair, like this generally wouldn't take me this long on a wedding day because I would just be like smashing it out, because there's nothing like a bit of time pressure to make you panic and to go a bit faster. So yeah, I'm just trying to go through this now like as quickly as possible, because I doubt anyone's going to want to watch a 3-hour video, although we're on 2.5 hours, so we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I don't know where the time's gone. Where does the time go? Exactly Keep going in with a nice little spray now. So they're all in place, but I just want to bring them in just a little bit more and just really smooth them together. Right. The last few sections now, guys. This is like more your natural curl, like natural hair I mean, sorry. So you just want that to sit and blend in really nicely. Because like I said, when I done this section, this is why I done this section back, because you're probably thinking this is looking a bit weird, but this is going to cover and sit over this. But still, obviously, you see it's just going to like sit perfectly over this section here to bring all of this together. So like I said, it's definitely so important to really make sure like where you're putting or even like sectioning to bring this over. And then we're just going to go back home. We can fan this out really nicely. Very, very thin. And then you just go right through and just really start perfecting all of those bits. Brushing them in. So you can now just kind of see at the front where this is all like sitting really nicely. And then now we have our front section. How are you doing, guys? We're on 156 minutes, which is fabulous. someone puts in the comments on this and like, this is too long, I'm not watching, I'm like, fair enough. Fair. Do you know what? Fair. It's 1 o'clock. Oh my god. I'm such a like procrastinator. Right, so what I'm going to do before I start brushing this out is pop this here because I want that to stay up, if that makes sense. So we're going to leave that there, and then what we're going to do is start brushing this bit out. I'm actually going to just go through here like this. Start to see where I want this to sit. So I'm quite working in there. What do you guys think? That's sitting nice, isn't it? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is take that out. Get a couple of these. These are brilliant. These are such good like little cones. And then I'm just going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there. So then while I'm brushing this out, I'm popping this into the side. It's still keeping that really nice. Yep. You still want this to like really blend nicely, as much as you want like a really nice bit of like height. Like very important for this to blend. And so if you do like have someone who has layers, like it's absolutely fine because you can still just incorporate that and just like feather it round. And in here, just bring that up and bring that round because you want this to be quite like flat, and that's why you're going to bring in those pieces. Not really. Oh. Comb out. Any bits you don't want. Again, just go through. You see what I mean by like, if you add too much back comb. I mean, on normal hair, it's probably cool. Or it's not too bad to obviously add a lot of back comb, but if I was back comb Louisa's hair and these extensions, could you imagine how much more like body we would have going on? Right. So pretty much there, guys. It is literally just a case of going through and perfecting, styling and sorting those bits out. So again, you just want to go in, brush all these pieces together like so. Just make sure obviously it's all looking gorgeous. But we are pretty much there, guys. So obviously at the side, if you do want to get like a really nice just have it around that, clearly not now. A nice comb or something really pretty to add to this style. And you just want this to kind of sit just behind the ear like that. And then once you're happy, you can then take out your pins. If you don't want to see them, I'm just literally sliding them out like that. And yeah, you can have this like coming forward a little bit more if you wanted. And bringing that in. And then have that sitting a little bit like that. Or if you wanted that to sit like a little bit more forward. I mean, to be fair, this has gone like a little bit crinkly, so I mean, if I was going to, I would probably do this again if I'm honest. But I'm not going to bore all of you with that again, so yeah, there we have it. Hollywood Waves, what do we think? Sorry guys, this has been such a long one, but yeah, there we go. That is my Hollywood Waves. I hope you've kind of like learned something and you found this really informative. Like that was literally my aim. I just wanted you to, obviously this was such a popular one that everyone chose to do. So yeah, I just hope that I was informative as I can. I'm sorry this is so long, but yeah, I just wanted to give you as much kind of tips and advice on creating these. So please let me know, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing weekend. Please let me know in the comments if you found this really helpful, and yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye. Bye.